Y'all let me know. I know we had the last live we did, there was a few sound issues. Y'all let me know how I'm coming through. Can y'all hear me clearly? Or is the sound being distorted a little bit? As y'all come in, y'all let me know. This shadow, or tonight, we're speaking about how to break spells like a master. And if you pay attention to the title itself isn't how to or how do you. The title itself is a command. Let's start there. It says, break spells like a master. It's telling you what to do. Okay, don't break spells in a lousy way. Don't break spells in a lazy way. Or don't attempt to half-ass break a spell. If you're going to break a spell, if you're going to cast a spell, if you're going to do anything that deals with magic, alchemy, or any of the arts or the sacred tools or keys being used, you do it as an author would do. You do it as somebody who has authority. Okay? You do it as a master would do. So before we keep going, without further ado, y'all let me know, is the sound coming through clearly? All right, because I know we had a few issues with the sound. So y'all let me know. If y'all can just drop an emoji if it's coming through clearly, let me know. Okay? So as we move forward, a lot of people have conversations regarding magic. Okay, I see you say yes, thank you for that. Okay, they want to know, what do I do when this happens? Or what if somebody going to put spells on me? Or what? Listen, the first thing, you think of the movie Sinners, right? When people talk about the vampires and Dracula, like I put in my book, Protect the Crown, where I say, you let Dracula in. Okay? Y'all ever had those elders that you was around, right? When you had to come home and even some of your parents, and you say, this person did this to me, this person did this, and they push me down, and and they'll listen to you, and at the end, after you done told them, what do they say? And what did you do? What did you do? Okay, one of the first things, people be looking for different answers. They come to me say, yo, I think somebody's doing magic on me, they this, they that, they da. The last thing they want to hear is the first thing they'll hear from me. It seems like their magic is working because you're here telling me about it. You believe in their magic that much that you're here. You want me to, listen, what if I was linked in with them? And I go and tell them, guess what you just opened for them? A window seat. One of the biggest or the strongest protections against anybody that think they're doing magic on you is to not give a fuck, to not care. Why? Because if you slap me, guess what I can do? I can slap you right back. Or if you attempt to slap me, guess what I can do? Weave. You see what I'm saying? Stop allowing other people to be the only ones who stand in that master seat or who function as masters. I've been doing this for a very long time. Do you understand that? There have been physical, spiritual, all kinds of attempts on my life. Do you understand that I'm still here? Do you understand that the name that they told me to stop yelling, I'm still yelling it? Dr. Malachi Z. York. You understand that I done yell Malachi York. I done yell Imam Isa. I done yell Atum Ray. I done yell, and they haven't been able to stop me. You understand that? Why? Because I don't give a fuck what they claim they can do. You can go to barbers. You can go to the witches and the warlocks. You can do your own due diligence and read magic books. Matter of fact, come and learn how to cast a spell on me, from me. I'll teach you, and you still won't be able to do anything about this. Why? Because that's the type of authority I say I have. And if you're going to say you have authority, you better mean it. I mean, if you put on a suit and you walk into somebody's meeting and you ain't supposed to be there, but you want to put on like you're supposed to be there, oh, you better mean it. Because eventually people going, wait, who is this guy that just walked in? I put on the suit and I walked through that industry. I wasn't supposed to be there according to what they were saying, but I took it over. I put on the suit. I said, I'm about my father's business. I walked through the conscious community. They said I wasn't supposed to be there. Or I walked like I was supposed to be there. I talked like I was supposed to be there. And then I was so much supposed to be there, apparently, that the ones who were claiming that they were supposed to be there no longer look like they're supposed to be there. Because where's your suit? Because where's your authority? Where's your staff? Where's your ability to speak things and they happen? Where's your ability to not only just speak things and they happen, say, look in that direction, it's going to happen. At the June 26th, I told people, I said, since that green light just came through, there's about to be an explosion with Dr. Malachi Z. York's name. Just watch it. Okay? One of the brothers who just went viral was telling, literally put it in the group. They would say, yo, check this out. I said, look at that. The explosion has occurred just as I said it would happen. You see what I'm explaining to you? People are watching. You may not know. Your day could come today Malachi York name, and then it blows up. Were they going to try to get rid of us all? Are they going to try to shut us all down? This is what Dr. Malachi York said. If it's just you, phase one, then they can isolate you. But you call all the family back. You call the whole family back together. Get Cat Williams, get India Irie, get Music Soul Child, 21 Savage. These are the names that he literally said to me to call out and say, don't be afraid to pop that right knowledge. Not just the rappers, but especially the rappers. So you see that the rapper goes viral. A rapper goes viral. This rapper has been paying attention to Dr. Malachi York, listening to the teachings, just like a lot of you have. These people don't know me as in y'all haven't grown up with me. Y'all weren't at one time array with me. They can't say, oh, they're doing that because they're Nuwapians. These were not Nuwapians. These were people that heard what I said. I said the whole world gonna know. When I released the pop song, did I not say the whole world gonna know? Well, I said, how many people gonna sit there and I don't know how they thought that was gonna happen, and they were gonna act like they don't know who the master teacher is, or they gonna turn their back on him, and everybody was just supposed to roll over and let it happen? Y'all supposed to forget about him, the one who put this plan into motion and abandoned the same? No, I said it ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Not this one. Why? Because I have the authority. If y'all remember when I was making them songs like MFN, when I said it's gonna be exactly what I said, because I said this is how I'm telling you, and I'm exemplifying to you, exhibiting to you. This is how you walk. This is how you talk. You want to know why? Because they can't take that from you. They can't take your action from you. They can't take your authority from you. Niggas want to say, I'm going to put a spell on you. Say, okay, good, let me know how that goes. And you go on about your day like they don't exist. You know you have the power to strip somebody's existence from them. They think that they're real, right? I was literally having a so-called debate with somebody on one of these lives. And they were like, yeah, man, we're going to do this later. Are you going to accept it when I put it? I said, no. I said, this is how it's going to go. I said, the only reason why we even doing this is because I respect this brother whose live I come on. And you were there. And everybody wanted me to unblock you so that you could still stay on. But after this very live, you're going to go back to what? Not existing. I was like, what do you mean, Faze? Does he still exist? Does he have family? Da, 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 da. He exists to them. He exists to him. He does not exist to me. You need to have the ability. When people have selective hearing, you need to have selective allowed to existing. That's what it's called. You didn't know that. I just told you. Selective allowed to existing. If you walk past somebody and they're not a part of your existence, then walk right past that somebody. You don't see them. You don't envision them. You don't think about them. You don't worry about what they, because it does not matter. You're the boss. You run the reality. And you want to know who you handle, who you do like that? The people who have an issue with you. So I'm telling you, all these artists, especially when I was hitting them back and forth, listen, they didn't know what to do. They were going to the barbers. They were trying to get all kind of help. They said, let's try, let's find somewhere. And I walk how I walk. Once you figured out your path, you hold on to it. You hold on to that rope. You hold on to you, who you are, your genes. Look at the genes of the DNA. Look how it looks like a rope. You hold on to that. Don't let nobody come in and try to tweak it or shift it. You know what I'm saying? Or hand you a wire and say, just let go of the rope. It's the same thing. No, it's not. I have a purpose. I'm here to do what I said I'm here to do. And it doesn't matter what it looks like. It don't matter what it sounds like. It's going to get done. Why? Because I said so. And it's not just because I said so. It's because I'm doing so. You put action to the word. So one of the easiest ways to stop these people's feeble magic, okay, or their measly spells, is to, for one, not give a damn that they even think that they have the authority to utter those spells or to cast those. Don't give a damn. Also, remember who you are. Remember the elders' words, and what did you do? Okay, when you go back to school, since they want to put their hands on you, next time they try, make sure that they don't ever want to put their hands on anybody else in life. You understand that? If somebody curses you, my Umi was taught this by her father. Some of y'all may not agree, some of y'all may agree. Guess what? We don't give a fuck. My Umi was taught that if somebody calls you a bitch, she said to me when I was young, she said, my dad said to me, if anybody calls you a bitch, make sure you show them how much of a bitch you could be. You flip it on them. And I done seen it in real time. She might not want me to say that, but I done seen it in real time. And my sister learned it. I have a sister, she learned it. We were walking home from middle school one day. Somebody tried it. And I thought I was going to have to get on this nigga head because he just cursed my sister. He called her a bitch. I ain't have to get on that nigga head. My sister got on that nigga head, quite literally too. I didn't do nothing. He's like, yo, get her. What do you mean get her? You get her. You see what I'm saying? You should be stronger. She's a bitch, right? That's what I'm saying. You should have that type of authority in your actions, in your thought processes, and the things that you allow to occur in your reality. Not just the things you do, not just the things you think, the things that you accept. So if you're not going to accept a vampire into your home, why would you accept somebody's idea into your home? Why would you accept somebody's ideology into your home, or just their concept into your home? No, you block all that off. Psychic self-defense. You can't come in here. You're not allowed. I have to allow you to come in. So I had people like that too. When I was growing up, especially my teenage years, everybody had these types of questions. So a lot of people, y'all come with these questions. I grew up answering them. And somebody had a situation where she was dealing with one of the brothers in the community. The brother went by the name Anubis. Okay, he was one of the ones who dealt with all the darkness and everything. And she was dating him. And he had an ex. And his ex was angry that she was dating him. And she's talking to my sister. She said, yo, I feel like she catches spells and this happened. I'm just sitting in the room listening. I'm in the corner just listening, as I would. And she told me this happened. And then after she was done, I said, her magic must be working then, because you're sitting here talking about it. And they got upset with me for a little bit, but then they had to hear what I was saying. I said, listen, that's what they need. They need you talking about it. They need you caring about what they did or what they didn't do. They need you worrying about whether or not they're doing roots or da-da-da-da. What are you doing? That's not how you do it. Okay, you got to imagine it like this. I have to put it to you a certain way. Okay? God forbid. Somebody shooting into your home, you're not going to sit there and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's crazy. See how they shoot into our home? I mean, this is your psycho, but you ain't going to sit there and say, wow, this is good. If you can do that, I might need to be learning from you. But if this happens, you automatically know to get into action, right? You need to have, first of all, they got your address a certain way. So you need to reevaluate how they got your address. You need to reevaluate circles. You need to reevaluate not only. It's not always you let something into your reality. Sometimes you gotta watch your circle. Somebody could have let it in. Or someone could have been around people who could have let it in. So you need to lock down on your defenses. You need to lock down on your security. You see what I'm explaining to you? But you're not just gonna sit there and talk about it while it's happening. You have to go into action, and you may have to return fire. And you can't be afraid to do that. Talk about you want to be one of the masters. The masters are not afraid to not only return fire, there are certain masters, like in the Moses and El-Qadir story, that they'll stop somebody from shooting before they shoot. You say, what do you mean by that? Okay, it's a 1-year-old. They got rid of him. This is mastery. It's an analogy, by the way. I'm not telling nobody to get rid of 1-year-olds. Okay? I'm just saying, they say, and Moses didn't understand. Why did you get rid of them? You don't know what they're going to become. We can read it to that degree. We see what they're going to become. So there's certain levels of mastery. A lot of people really want to stay in their place and just be on a human mastery level, because when you start getting into it, you're not going to understand it, okay? Because you're going to be looking for somebody to do it. But how can you explain that the boat went down with the 1-year-old on it? Okay, that person went nowhere near that. That was an iceberg. They hit an iceberg. That's another degree, but it had to be done because that baby would have grown up to be Hitler. And you don't know that, you wouldn't be able to see that far or calculate that far. They got movies like that where people are able to carry out murders because they're able to place a pin somewhere and the pin roll a certain way and it crash and then people splash and then blah, 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 and then it's done. And they trying to track this person down and say, how is this nigga committing murders? By causing chain reactions. You see, it makes you think differently about these Illuminatus, It makes you think differently about what you mean when you say blood sacrifice, It makes you think differently about how people can calculate that if you go in as an artist, up under an artist, and you're already in Chicago, and you're already in a war, okay, we're going to take this life insurance policy out on you because we already know it's going to be only a matter of time. And that's what they actually do. And then next thing you know, that label benefits from this person passing away in what seems to be a freak accident. But in all actuality, they done egged it on. Or they'll use devilish platforms that cast spells on people daily, like the Shade Room. Listen to it. It's called the Shade Room. It ain't the light room. It's a room where you go and you can't see anything. You understand? It's darkness. It keeps you in the dark. It keeps you distracted. It keeps you confused. The main reason why they posted the video where the brother was saying Free Dr. Malachi York, Malachi Anderson, by the way, and they cut that part out. Do they cut out the naked women, half naked women with the fashion over? No. If anything, they might put a little peach, but that's the most that you're going to get. Do they cut out the drama and the beat that's egging things on where people lose their life? No. Do they cut out the satanic music and imagery? No. Do they cut out Doja Cat and they celebrate her? You see what I'm saying? Do they cut out Lil Uzi who said, I make the city girl believe in Satan? The Shade Room's supposed to be so Christian, but they don't cut Lil Uzi out. They still post Lil Uzi. You see what I'm saying to you? But one name, Dr. Malachi York, they had to cut that out. And you're still trying to figure out whether or not he's innocent. You're still trying to figure out whether or not this is a conspiracy, a worldwide conspiracy. You're still trying to figure out whether or not that's the one name, the only name, that if you come out here and you speak that name, they'll do everything in their power to blackball you. So, okay, y'all say, Faze, why you coming so hard at everybody? Because they've done everything in their power to blackball me. They didn't know they were dealing with a master that's an engine. Shoot at his house. He's yeah, he's still coming. Delete his platform. Damn, he got it again. What is he doing? Shadow Clone Jitsu. Nigga done started, that's how you say it. Nigga done started switching into different beings. Nigga done started shifting into different beings. I mean, nigga, Kendrick Lamar. He was Kendrick Lamar for a good few months. What do you mean? Nothing, don't worry about it. But in a Like That song, didn't I say astral projected and took over Doc body like that, and I crafted a record, so that's for the record, for future references. If you should get it misconstrued, get in tune how I move. Niggas don't know what they're listening to. They think they just listening to rap lyrics. But didn't Kendrick Lamar start coming out saying the exact same things I was saying? Didn't Kendrick Lamar start coming out saying, oh, as I had already put that in the song? Didn't Kendrick Lamar say the dog days are over? Every dog gotta have his day. Okay, didn't I say that? Every dog has his day. So what does it say about Drake? And then this nigga Drake go to war with Kendrick Lamar. And they say, Faze, what do you have to do with it? Nothing. I don't have anything to do with it. That's that 1-year-old on the cruise. You're not on that level. That's mastery. It sounds like mystery for a reason. This is authority. Have it. Let them call it ego. Let them call it confidence. Let them call it arrogance. Whatever they want to call it. Have it. Don't just accept things happen in your reality. You take it over. They tried to ignore the Dragon song. I made a teaching. You can go look it up. Drake Exposed or Drake the Dragon Exposed. And I made a prophecy. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say I made a prophecy. I said I spoke before something happened. You say, Faze, like that the etymology of prophecy? Don't worry about it. I spoke before something happened. And I said, listen. The people are going to turn on Drake. They're going to turn on him, and you're going to watch him fall. That was that December. Okay, I think it was December the year prior. This is before it blew up. And then it literally, a little while after, the shit blew up, the Like That and everything. And then it happened, just like I said, and Drake does not have the power. The nigga Drake went from having all the confidence in the world. He thought this album was finna win, whoop. He doing his thing, he balling, So now the nigga asks, where's the function? You know what I'm saying? He done went from leading them, all he wanna know now is where the party at. And then he said, what did I miss? He lost power. Drake sound like an up-and-coming rapper now, trying to get on. Where did the elite hood go? Well, people they'll never be able to unaccept, okay, or erase from their memories the spells we casted. It's already there. It exists. I said, you won't get a chance to do me like you did my nigga. Yeah, see? I'm really Mike with him. And then you see Mike with him popping up in the algorithm. It ain't just one of me. All right? Because I'm a master. And we clone ourselves to get things done. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm a master. And we clone ourselves to get things done. Like Murdoch cloned himself to get things done. And then you try to catch one, or you think you done trapped one, or you think you done shut one down, or we're not going to post this one. And then another one creep up, and now what are you going to do? Because it done slept through and slipped through your whole algorithm. You see what I'm explaining to you? And now what do? You got to post it. But you have to post it in such a way that exposes you. You cut out the Malachi name. You see, it's still a part of the magic because you didn't even cut out the name on the screen. It was still on the screen. Whoever the editor is for the Shade Room, Tell them I said they dumb. I mean, if I was gonna cut some shit out, I would at least shifted the audio around and fit my narrative. You left the name right there. You're an idiot. Okay, but thank you though for doing your job, devils. Tell the devils get on their job. Motherfucker want to be around you, they a demon, get on your job. Motherfucker want to make contact with you and they a demon or a devil, get on your job. Other than that, what you around for? What you gonna come be? What do you want? Oh yeah, I told you I'm different now. Because you got the ones who, you got the psychic self-defense, you don't let the demons in, but I'm the Asian lady in the Sinners movie. Remember, some of y'all was mad at the Asian lady. I see where the Asian lady coming from. Because who the fuck is you? I'm a vampire. Don't give a damn. Here go my wooden stake, literally. You know what I'm saying? I'm a warrior, and we gonna take it there. So I say, come in, sinners. Come in, motherfuckers. And we get rid of it, and you gonna have a job or a position. Okay, we have a certain type of authority that as soon as we walk up on you, you know who we are. Oh, they know. Listen, don't listen. They're gonna act like they don't know where that explosion just came from, that we just hit them with. They're gonna act like it. One of these little people got on the line, a few of them was saying, why are you acting like you had something to do with that video or had something to do? I said, I don't know if I'm gonna put you on or if I'm not gonna put you on. But I'm gonna leave you to it. Whatever you wanna think, if you don't understand how strong and how long this name, Dr. Malachi York, has been being screamed into your algorithm. And if you don't understand who's watching who and who's paying attention to what, and you think all these people is slow, you think all these people is stupid, you think all these people stop at Wikipedia when they seeing how all this happened and how this been going on, and no, people been reading the books, they've been changing their life, they say, man, I'm different, I'm da-da-da-da-da, woo-woo. They say, nah, free Dr. Malachi York, this nigga phase ain't lying. You see what I'm explaining to you? So yeah, you don't have to say whether or not I had something to do with it. That'll be a mystery to you. Just pay attention to what happened. You can't unhappen it. So when we walk up, they know. When we pop up, they know. They experience it. Some of y'all been around me, you know. It's just something, right? Because you say it's something about, that's how you know who you're dealing with. Say something about this one. I don't know what it is. Because he seems to be able to be whatever the fuck he want to be in the moment that he isn't. It's people been around, they reading everybody around me. And they literally walk up to me and say, for some reason I can't read you. I say, you ain't gonna read me unless I want to be read. Simple, it's that simple. Say, I'm trying to figure out, what is going on with you? What's happening with you? Because I can read everybody, but for some reason I just can't read you. I said, I'm not readable. You're looking for a single digit in the binary code. That's not me. I'm the superposition. Authority is a superposition. And when you're speaking in terms of superposition, we're 1 and 0. Which one am I? Some of y'all get on here, we bust out laughing. We'll be laughing all night. Am I the comedian? Am I the teacher? Am I the rapper? Okay, what am I? Am I the lover? When I make my music, is it R&B? Is it rock? Is it country? It's everything. So what are you looking for? Who are you trying to catch? You're trying to catch lightning. I was just talking to one of the sisters earlier. I said, look at the lightning, it's different. How many people who do you think is paying attention to the lightning? And whether or not the lightning is the same type of lightning that it used to be. Let alone the sun. The sun ain't the same type of sun that it used to be. Who think paying attention to that type of stuff? The lightning don't even strike how it used to. The lightning just flashes. And it be flashing, and don't be no clouds. So something else going on with your reality you got to be paying attention to. My point is, when they see these masters walk up, trust and understand, they know. And here is, you can call it a gift and a curse, whatever. I call it what it is, okay? Here is the situation. Don't matter who it is, the devils and the angels, or whatever you want to call it, the good and the evil people, the demons and the good ones, whatever, they all recognize us. So you're going to attract demons too. You're going to attract the good ones too. You're going to attract people that want to help, and you're going to attract people that want to hurt. That's the light. You think every bug that's attracted to the light is good? Does that make sense? Some of them may sting you. Some of them may poison you. You with me? You have to be able to decide and determine and discern, rather, who is who. That's what a master is responsible for doing. But don't worry, the more you keep building on you, okay, the stronger you become, the more that discernment is strengthened with you. You see what I'm explaining to you? You got some people, one of the brothers got on the live, they were part of the Hebrew Israelite camps, called himself a trooper. Okay, he came on and said, I'm just here to tell everybody the truth, because you got everybody stuck in this loop. You're putting people in the loop. So not only did I explain to him that putting people in the loop is not a bad thing, when you stand it and how they use it, I'm put you in a loop. That means I'm letting you know what's going on. I said I'm not even here to put people in a loop, quote unquote. I'm here to get people out of the loop, out of that cycle of being stuck and running around in circles with this falsified revolutionary ideology. I'm bringing people to the center of all of that singularity. I'm bringing people to the uni-mind aspect of one and one and one and one and one and one. I and I and I and I and I and I. I'm bringing people there so the same characteristics that they're able to observe in myself, they'll find it in them. When they see me walking as a master, they start walking as a master. Now, I'm not saying they start walking as me. Notice I'm saying a master. They're their own master. They see me or hear me talking, they'll start talking like a master. The things that used to affect them, it don't affect them anymore. After I told people, when you're watching a horror movie, just turn the sound down. You're going to see the magic. And people can do it. I'm sure some of y'all did it. You turn the sound down. I said, this shit ain't even scary. They put in the sounds in there to cause anxiety. All that rising and suspense, that's to play with your emotions, okay, and get your defenses rattled, and to pipe, or they call it spike or peak the activity in your amygdala, okay, that fear and anxiety rises up. And that's all it is, to get a rise out of you, literally. And you start feeling what we call afraid or horrified. No, you start paying attention to them sounds, and then when you hear the sounds, you know what they're doing. So this shit ain't even scary. Why should I watch this? And then you learn how to edit. Learn how they edit videos. Learn how they edit movies. Learn how they edit cinema photography or cinema. And then you'll see, damn, they literally held on to that shot longer to get more of an emotional pull out of the people. And then they slap to another one to get you scared again. But damn, I'm not going to be sitting. Why would I sit here and be thrown around like some rag doll? You'll watch it from a distance. That's why I can't watch movies with a group of people. Some of y'all know that. I literally get up and have to walk off at certain times. I say, you didn't catch that. You see when they did that? Did you hear that? And some people find that annoying. I'm like, that's why I watch movies by myself sometimes, just to be able to see. I used to go to the theater by myself just to be able to see what the message is, and they put it out to one of the, why? Because these directors are masters. These producers, listen to the words, they're masters, okay? They master vision. They know how to, they got some technology, they put in one of these things called lasers. I said, what's lasers? That's the new standard. I said, lasers, what you do is shoot it. These are the new wizards. These are Jedi. You understand? They walk around with lightsabers and you think it's a pen. You know what I mean? When they put something, Boys in the Hood was a spell. It changed how people thought for a long time. All the Italian movies, those were spells. You get what I'm explaining to you? So before we get into all that, the point here is, when you're walking as a master, they'll recognize it. So you keep walking that way. Let's read the story of the demoniac. And let's look at it for a second, okay? We were talking about Jesus walking up. Let's see how he's received when he walks up. What's this story about? And let's see what type of authority even people like Jesus, Asa, all right, or El Messiah, Jesus, Asa, El Messiah, okay, or Jesus the Messiah. Let's see what type of authority he had. And then I want you, when you're listening, to look for, especially while you're hearing it, that same type of authority in you in whatever situation you got going on right now. It don't even got to be magical. It's just the people around you, the things, the job, whatever. I want you to see how he stands firm, and his, what he call it, the reputation precedes him before he even gets to the point of having a contact or deal with anybody. The way they walk and the way they talking, they can see it in you. You see what I'm explaining to you? Go ahead, let's do
it. And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit.
Come on.
Who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, not with chains.
Oh, because they tell you this is a different level. Sometimes you're dealing with different levels. I ain't gonna take too long on that. Sometimes you're dealing with a different level now. Different level devil. They say new levels, new devils. Okay, well, you don't get to that new level without elevating yourself. Okay? So then eventually the minions don't even, the music industry is like a minion devil. That wasn't hard. Okay, and it won't be hard to deal with other demons like that. They thought they were big. You want to know why? Because Hollywood convinced them, but Hollywood didn't step in and save them. Now a lot of these demons are still struggling. The most power that they can get is touring, and they finding it boring now. It ain't fueling their soul. All these celebrities and industry, they come in, they tune it into us. They tune it into phase one. They want to see what's going on over here. Because it's fueling their soul or their psyche, their mind. They feel rushed and accelerated when they hear. Other than that, when they out there in that world, no matter all their cars, jewelry, nothing, they go to bed empty. You see what I'm explaining to you? They don't feel fulfilled. You with me? So that's a little industry. It wasn't hard to trample that. They didn't have anybody that could deal with me though. You see what I'm explaining to you? And I'm just little old me, ain't I? I'm just a little big deal. Then why everybody else? It don't matter what community I go into, they don't have not a single mind that's prepared to war with me. They don't have a single mind prepared for whatever I shape shift into. Okay, whatever transformation takes place, they didn't. Okay, I done studied this man. I done studied every life already for them. And then they come, and then I done changed it to something that they didn't even think existed. Somebody might come on and try to challenge me, okay, and they don't know to what extent I understand the science I'm speaking about. And then we go into it, and y'all get to see a whole different version of it. Say, damn, did that nigga go to college? Yeah, I say, well, if you start asking different questions, you'll get certain answers. You see what I'm explaining to you? So again, new levels, new devils. These people couldn't deal with this being how they thought they could deal with regular people, chaining them and locking them up. So this is a different type of power. Let's go.
Because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him.
No man could tame that beast. Listen to what I'm saying. Who among you who was ready? We had a whole group of people, conscious community, spiritual community, magic community. You see how they always doing magic on one another, right? You see how they always cursing one another. They'll go to the grave, they'll go to the cemetery, pick up some dirt, come home to your house and sprinkle the dirt in your shoes. They won't go to the establishment and make war with the establishment. You see what I'm saying? I remember when one of their queens fell. I said, let's do magic. Everybody in there say, well, we don't know about that. Da, da, da. I said, what are we doing the magic for then? I thought these were magicians. I thought y'all were wizards and warlocks. And I thought y'all were high priests and priestesses and all this. So what happened? Why y'all only have that energy for your people? Because you're scared. You scared to go to war with them beasts. You'll see a nigga you done tried to lock up and he done snatched off the chains and you don't know what to do because you can't bind him that way. You see what I'm explaining to you? So some people were given the authority to cast out demons. Anytime they come in our presence, they go, I hate you, I hate you, I love you. So what just happened, Faith? Listen, don't worry about it. Did you bear with us? Yeah, that's all you need to know. Okay, yeah, man, you a fraud. I'm gonna kill you. I love you. I love you. I love you, brother. I love you. I just love you. What happened? What are the murders? I'm about to take you to my Lord. He's gonna tear you apart, limb for limb. Yo, I respect all the prophets. I know who this is. I respect you. I don't want to harm you. I tell all my people that's with me, don't say nothing about it. Where all that went? So some people have the ability, their presence alone. When you go around and say, I don't know, but this nigga was tripping, went around phase, and he lost all his trips. He don't got no more brochures, nothing. Let's go.
And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. But when he saw Jesus afar off, he ran and worshipped him.
Come on. Hold on. You got to say that part again. I don't know why you have to say it again, but if you don't mind, will you say it again?
And always, night and day, he was in the mountains, in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones.
Come on.
But when he saw Jesus afar off, he ran and worshipped him.
It was different. Where all the energy went, right? It was different. All the demonics, they see it. Let's go. Let's keep reading.
And he cried with a loud voice and said, what have I to do with these, Jesus? Thou Son of the Most High God.
Come on. He knew who he was. Come on. Let's listen.
I adjured thee by God, and thou torment me not.
Come on.
For he said unto him, come out of the man, thou unclean spirit.
Listen, so is it just the man speaking there? No, this is another being that sees Jesus and, oh shit, let me get my shit together. And they get right together. They do all that talking from afar. Please understand it. But ain't nobody been able to hold that up. When they get in the presence, it is different. They do all that. I'm not going to say no names. I went to one of these centers. I don't know what it was for. It might have been for culture. And they was talking shit. They had been talking shit online. He's this, he's that, blah, blah. I went to the, and I humbly walked up. And I had my humble brothers with me. Maybe not so much so my brothers, but my people. They listen. What I mean by my brothers may not be as humble. Okay, but they were humble enough to get through it. When we walk up, roll back is what I get. You see what I'm saying? I don't get none of that. Roll back, I shook, I've been watching you, good dad. I see your following going up, whatever. All that went out the window. And my brother's just looking at me. And I'm looking at them. I say, you see, they don't do that. All that's for the internet. When we walk up, it's different. It's a different type of degree. All the stuff y'all seeing out here is fake. People like 607 them, niggas still in my DM talking about come to Vegas, I want to do some work with you. They see who I am. They recognize that spirit. They understand. They can hear the voice. Listen, don't think only the sheep know it. Others know it too. And it's a voice of truth. Let's go, let's read it.
And he asked them, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many.
Listen, what is your name? What did he say?
Legion.
And we are what?
We are many.
Okay, see what I'm saying? You think you're dealing with just one being. You're dealing with so many different beings. All right, what are the teachings of the 30 spirits? You got different people's genes fighting through. Some genes may not like you. Okay, so I don't take people's disgust toward me and they reserve toward, I don't take that personal. Because I know you may not know that your great-great-grandmother didn't like my great-great-grandmama. You know what I'm saying? So that's that bloodline war or that spiritual war. There could be a possibility that literally just because of the dreams, the genes you have, the traits that you possess right now, through that science of heredity, you may not like me just because of that. How about that? Let's exercise them demons right here. You ready? And a one, and a two. And they'll be ready. I mean, why you mad at me? That's what you just exercise. That's what you have to do. That's the easiest way to exercise demons. Exercise. So we finna jog. What's wrong with you? I don't like you. Okay, let's go jog. I already know what's going on. And then by the time we get to the end of the street, say, I don't know why, but I love you. Yeah, you just needed an exercise. You know what I'm saying? You got demons. You got demons. Sometimes you just need to exercise them. I'm telling you, listen, that was my word. Y'all don't remember? You need to exercise them. That's all you got to do. Listen, I read Dr. Malachi's Dr. Malachi's book said that. You see what I'm playing to you? So a lot of stuff y'all think coming straight from me. You got to remember who the master teacher is. And I learned application. That's the easiest way to cast out a demon. Exercise. So next time you're dealing with somebody, be like, yo, let's take a walk. And if they like, you already know you got a demon. They don't want to take that walk because you're going to exercise. Some people, they really do enjoy being in the presence of demons or having demons in them. Some people enjoy that. You with me? But I wanted to tell you that. So listen, when you hear stories like this and you see it, it's different, you may be dealing with a being and there's multiple beings inside of them. So don't just always say that. You got to have that mastery level understanding. Because you've seen the movies where somebody's possessed, like the movie Fallen, and he killed the dude because he was trying to kill Azazel or Azazilla. You killed an innocent man. That comes with something. So the mastery understands I can't kill you. Because if I kill you, the demons that's in you, these disembodied motherfuckers, they just gonna find another idiot. You see that all around the algorithm. We go from one idiot to the next. Y'all think I'm finding, no, it ain't the person. I know I can smell. I said, where that nigga went? Okay, he over there, this motherfucker over here now. You say, damn, Faze, you going from person to person. I'm fighting the same demons. It's just different bodies. Let's go. Hey, ready?
And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding. And all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine, that we may enter into them.
Like, yo, you know what type of slap you gotta have for a nigga to be like, listen, before you do that, nigga, can you just cast me into the pigs? There's some pigs over there. Do you know what type of slap you gotta possess for a nigga to be like, nigga, I seen you slap shit out of these folks. Listen, how about this? I prefer the swine. You like the swine? I like the swine. Let's go into the swine. That's what I'm telling you. They rather go into pigs. You understand that it can't be. It's tough enough to be human for a little bit. You think being pigs was fun for the niggas? And they didn't give a damn. They preferred that over whatever judgment this nigga Jesus would have laid upon them niggas. That nigga said, they said together, unison, I'm sure it was in unison, send us to the pigs. That was their way out. Let's go ahead and let's see what happened. I mean, it gets serious.
All right. And all the devils besought him, okay. And forthwith Jesus gave them leave. And the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. There were about 2,000.
Come on.
And were choked in the sea.
What? They were what?
Choked in the sea.
Let's go ahead.
And they that fed the swine fled and told it in the city and in the country.
Right.
And they went out to see what it was that was done.
Come on.
And they come to Jesus and see him that was possessed with the devil and had the legion sitting and clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. And they that saw it told them how it befell to him that was possessed with the devil, and also concerning the swine.
Okay, y'all see what happened? So not only did they jump into the pigs, what did they do? The pigs committed suicide. They went into the water and choked themselves with the water. We know pigs are land mammals. They're not amphibians. They're not fish. What the fuck would the pigs run to the water for to be breathing in other than to kill themselves? This nigga Jesus was so powerful. Did he even say anything other than what's your name? That wasn't even a full-blown conversation. He said, nigga, what's your name is? The nigga said, fuck it. Them niggas went and drowned it themselves. You understand what I'm explaining to you? That's the type of authority you gotta have. Don't worry about people talking about casting spells. Don't worry about people thinking they can do magic. Just walk up on them and be like, what's your name? Yeah, listen, you gotta let them do their speech first. I am this, I am the I come from a long what's your name? And when they listen, I'll tell you, you see how you just felt when I did that? You felt disrespected, didn't you? This wasn't even you talking, this me talking to me. All right, I'm sorry again. I am this, I am the ninth elder of the 17th century, 15 Fox. Tune in on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time, Autumn Standard Time. You can stand on time, up under it, and I declare that this is the last. And what's your name? Oh, who is you? Who is you? Oh, I don't know you. That'll hit them. So motherfuckers, that nigga, they felt disrespected. That nigga G said, what's your name? We go, what the fuck? I am Bleach. We got, matter of fact. Them niggas was so confused, they thought that he was inside where they was at. Them niggas went to go kill him in them and killed their damn self. That nigga Jesus said, well, you see, that's the type of mastery you must have. You with me? So don't be worried. All these people out here kicking it like they do magic, you ask them, when are they going to hit the establishments? Right? When I was walking around out there when they was doing the Black Lives Matter, all the marching and stuff like that, there were three Caucasians, 2 adults, and 1 child. The child had on, all of them had on black. The child had a sign hanging from her neck. They were dressed like witches. You want to know what the sign said? Hex the system. They walked through. There were Hebrew Israelites out there yelling at people, that's right. You know, people out there praying and preaching and all this stuff. And you got people out there talking about black people suffering, all this stuff. And then these 3 white people walked through. And I said, so nobody saw that? I said, that's what y'all need to be doing. They just told you what to do. Hex the system. Yeah, I don't want to know about your old power. I don't want to hear about, I'm not scared of your stolen power. I don't care nothing about what you done took from certain schools and tried to run with as your own. No, click up, get some shit done, get some shit handled. We should be able to listen. What they need to be so scared of the motherfucking witches and warlocks out there that they start trying to they'll bring back the British law and say, fuck it, we're the states. You know what I'm saying? Try to burn them again. They'll do anything because you know the governments believed in magic at one point in time. They were trying to kill everybody that somebody even said was a witch until one of the government's wives got, accused. And they said, nah. Because they said, listen, if we put you on this stake, if you're not a witch, God will put out the fire. They knew that was some bullshit. They believed in magic more than they believed in God. How you know that? Because as soon as their wife got accused, they said, stop!